Hey everybody, welcome to Carpe Dime, a podcast about personal finance and everyday life. I'm Dusty Simmons.
And I'm Jamie Davidson from Financial Center First Credit Union. Thanks for spending your free time listening to us talk about how life and family affects us achieving our financial goals.
So, Jamie, it's the end of the year. The holidays are upon us and budgets, at least my budget, is already tight.
Yes.
And a holiday accident like a fall off the ladder, putting up your Christmas lights, or a deep cut in the hand while carving the turkey, and you find yourself with a few $1,000s in bills in a one-time trip to the ER.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you if people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else? Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
Yeah, well, that's today's topic is really good because it's actually going to tell you how to alleviate that stress from finances when these do happen. We're going to talk today about the superhero of savings accounts, the health savings account, also known as the HSA.
Dun, dun, dun.
And today we're going to give you 5 tips on ensuring you're making the most of this underutilized and sometimes misunderstood savings account.
Sounds good. So, Jamie, that opening scenario, I wrote this specifically for you because I know you have some good stories here. So has something ever like that happened to you where you're spending some major dollars at the holidays on medical expenses?
It's a joke in our house. Like my wife, she's like danger-prone Daphne. And I always go, oh, it's been a good year. November's coming. Something's going to happen. Last year, she slipped and fell and broke her wrist. And unlike most of us that just go out and get a cast if we break our wrist, she actually had to have surgery.
Yikes.
So, yeah, we got some nice big bills for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going, oh, goodness. And then this year, about 3 weeks ago, actually, it was on election night. She went into anaphylactic shock, and we had to spend about 5 hours at the emergency room. So I just got the bill for that last week. And let me tell you, that's an eye-opener.
I bet, yeah, the emergency room, that's not cheap at all.
So they came in, the bills, and, obviously that stress comes in. But today we're going to talk about how to alleviate that stress a little bit with that health savings account.
Yeah, so hopefully your stress wasn't as high as it could have been because you have one of these.
Well, yeah, I'd like to, be able to keep some of the money, but I'm glad I have it, yes. So, Dusty, I know you're the fact queen. Give us some facts. What have you learned?
Gotcha. The average non-elderly family spends approximately $8,200 or 11% of their income on healthcare each year. Now, this could be somewhat of the cost of your medical insurance premiums, but it's also going to include things like deductibles and copays and other out-of-pocket maximums.
Right. Yeah. And you know what else did you find out? What happens when we get older, Dusty?
Oh my gosh. Things only seem to get worse as we age. The average couple will need $285,000. Wow, that's a big number to cover their medical expenses during retirement. And that, again, remember, that's when you're not making any more money.
Well, I think the funny thing about that is we're all looking at our retirement accounts going, yeah, I'm doing okay. And then you throw this curveball in there, you're going, oh my God, I can't even cover my medical expenses.
For you, Jamie, it might be more.
Oh, right. Obviously, because November comes around
it's
every
November
year, right?
every year.
Yeah. So, the great thing is this, if you're not saving right now for these things, there's a product out there that can help you.
Yeah.
The health savings account. So what is a health savings account, Dusty?
Yeah. So, if you are new to this and you haven't had a high deductible health plan, you may not know what they are. A health savings account is a tax-free savings account that helps you save for out-of-pocket medical expenses, not only for you, but also for your family. And your employer may offer this as a benefit to you, or you can find one on your own from any financial institution, but you have to qualify. And to qualify, all you need is to be enrolled in a high deductible health plan.
They call those HDHPs, by the way, if you're into acronyms.
Right.
HDHPs. So little history on this, because, I was a history teacher for a while. For many years, health insurance in America was just very cheap. Mm-hmm. And accessible for the majority of Americans. And then about 10 to 12 years ago, prices, probably 15 years ago, prices started going up.
And they go up every year now.
They go up every year. And so a lot of companies switch to this thing called the high deductible health plan. And most of us that are employees freaked out because we were used to going to the doctor and having a copay of $10 or $20, going to the emergency room, having a copay of $200. And all of a sudden, nothing is paid for until you hit your deductibles, right? So we freaked out. Well, one of the things that Congress stepped in and did to help alleviate this problem is they created this thing called the health savings account, where people can actually save for that. And we're going to talk about how that works today.
One of the great things the government has actually done for us
I didn't say great, but okay. So let's talk about why should one have an HSA?
Okay, so there are 3 really big reasons why you should have an HSA, and the first of which is triple tax benefits. So your contributions made are tax deferred. Distributions you made are not taxed when used to pay for qualified medical expenses. And the biggie here is that your earnings made in your health savings account grow tax-free.
It can grow tax-free. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
That's a pretty big deal.
Let me dumb that down because I'm not the smartest guy in the room. But what that really means is this: money that goes into HSA accounts, it's not taxed before it goes in there, so it's going to bring down your income levels. Okay. Number 2, if you do decide to use it on healthcare, which you should be,
right?
No taxes there.
No tax.
And number 3, they actually have a platform now, like a retirement account, like a 401k, where you can actually put that money in there and it can grow. And you can use that money throughout your life because you're going to need $285,000. We decided, so we got to get to $285,000 per couple,
right?
And that's what she means by triple tax threat.
Okay, so triple taxes. Number 2.
Number 2, there is no use it or lose it. Now this comes from the fact that before there was a HSA, there was a flexible spending account,
and there still are flexible spending accounts.
They're called FSAs.
They're different.
FSAs were good, but the problem with FSA was you had to use the money in that calendar year. If you didn't use it, you lost it. It disappeared. And nobody wants to lose their money.
No.
HSAs, if I have money in my HSA at the end of December 31st, it's still there on January 1st, and I can keep adding to it. It's a great thing.
And when you move employers or whatever, that money moves with you too. You don't lose it then either, right?
That's correct.
Right. Okay.
And number 3.
You have complete control over your account. And that's everything from how much you want to contribute to the account, what you use it for, and who in your family can have access to spend out of the HSA.
Yeah. And I'll use my family as an example. We actually have 2 HSAs, 2 different high deductible health plans. I have mine. My wife has hers, which the HSAs are with 2 different banks or credit unions. But she has a card that's attached to my account. I have a card that's attached to her account. The kids have cards attached to the accounts too. So
debit cards, right?
Debit cards, yeah. So it comes right out. So just because it's my HSA doesn't mean we can't use it on my wife's medical expenses or my daughter's medical expenses. We can use both on all of them. And the reason we went with that was, we're going to talk a little bit more about this in detail, how companies talk about contribution. When she first started, her contribution was higher and mine was high. So we're getting as much as we could.
Okay, great. So why have an HSA? Triple tax benefits, no use it or lose it, and complete control over how you spend the money.
Yes.
All right.
So those of you that are new to HSAs, the question usually comes up, what can I use it for? So we're going to play a little game here. I'm going to ask questions, and then Dusty's going to give me her answer, and we're going to decide whether or not they can be used with your HSA funds.
Great. What do I get if I win?
You get
Just
to
kidding.
keep having podcasts with me. You get blessed to be on the podcast with me.
All
if
right.
not, I'm taking Courtney from now on here out the door. So, number 1.
All right.
Can it be used for doctor office visits or ER copays?
Okay. Can my HSA dollars be used for doctor's office or copays? I'm going to say yes.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes. And that's where things changed a little bit, because you used to go in, you'd have a $25 copay at the doctor. So when people switched over to this and they'd go to the doctor, it was $125. They're freaking out. But the answer is you're actually going to use the money in your HSA.
Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
So there were a lot of people who are like, I'm not going to the doctor anymore. Well, if you're using your HSA, you have the funds there. So number 1 is that. Number 2, can you use it to pay your medical insurance premium?
You know what? Since I can use it for doctor's office, I'm going to say yes.
Yep, that's a good answer. But although it's wrong, the answer is actually no. And it's actually a good question, because a lot of Americans think that and wonder that. So it's good to know that, no, you cannot use your HSA dollars for your medical premiums, for your premiums to your healthcare provider.
Okay, got it.
Number 3.
Okay.
There's 5 of us in my family. We all wear glasses. Can you use HSA dollars for glasses?
I think so.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And let's just piggyback. What about contacts?
Well, I would say yes.
Okay, you're right. Some people think no, because they're like, contacts aren't really necessary where glasses are, but you can use them for both. Once again, back to stories here. whenever we needed to get glasses or contacts in our household, it was a budget buster.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of times,
those are
'cause they're
both
not cheap.
expensive.
Right.
Mhm. Plus, you're paying for the doctor visit too.
Right. So now when my daughter goes, Dad, I'm out of contacts, I'm like, oh God, where am I going to find the money? I go, all right, go get them. Use your HSA card.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, taken care of. My stress is reduced. It's not a big deal, right? I don't
Right.
get stressed out because we're going to the eye doctor now. Number 5, you ready for this one?
Yep.
Braces or orthodontia.
I know this one because I have teenager, but so yes, you can use it for your braces as well.
Yes,
or
you can.
orthodontia.
Yeah. Number 6, Band-Aids, crutches, cane, or other medical supplies.
Ooh, so that's not truly like a medical. I'm going to say no.
You're going to say no. Well, you're wrong on that one. It is
Oh.
actually yes. But that's great news because a lot of people don't think that and they don't realize that. And you know what? Crutches aren't cheap.
Oh,
So
no.
now that if you need crutches or you need a brace, go
Right.
get it because it's paid for with your HSA dollars. Not only that, say I get a knee brace,
Mhm.
I need a knee brace, and I go and I buy it from Amazon or Walmart, I can use my HSA card for that.
Awesome.
So it's not going to be flagged. It's not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
How about prescriptions?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Prescriptions. Now I'm going to say something. I'm going to take a little off the side here real quick. Prescription costs have obviously, as we know, gone up in our country the last 10 to 15 years. What I always recommend people do is this: whatever prescription you're getting, check with your doctor and check with your pharmacy to see the price first, because sometimes your doctor can offer you an alternative,
Right. A generic.
a generic or an alternative one that's not as expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if we go with the one that just came out, it's going to be the most expensive because there are no generics. The other thing I recommend is you actually go on to a GoodRx and always check. So people
Looking for the best price.
looking for the best price.
Okay.
So let's say I go to store A all the time to get my prescriptions, but I get a new prescription from my doctor and I look it up and I go to my original place and it's $50. But if I put it in the phone over at place B, it might be only $10. So that's where I'd say you need to go to place B.
Mm-hmm. He's always looking to put a little savings
Got to
tip
save
in there
that
for
money.
you people.
Got to save that money.
Right.
Okay, number 8, over-the-counter meds like cough syrup, allergy medicine, Benadryl, all that good stuff.
Since the answer for Band-Aids and crutches is yes, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, it depends really. If you're at
Okay.
the pharmacy and you're getting those things added to the bill, I wouldn't recommend you go to Walmart or Target and Meijer and start putting stuff in and then just pay for everything, because what will happen is you're probably going to you don't want to pay with 2 different cards. So if you're at the pharmacy, yes, I would
Right.
say so.
Okay.
All right, number 9, there's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic surgery.
Ooh, plastic surgery. Oh.
Botox.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no. Yes, that's correct. Now, there's a caveat to that, right?
Okay.
Obviously, if we're in an accident and we need reconstructive surgery,
Right.
that's going to be covered.
Or if you get breast cancer and you need reconstruction,
You need augmentation,
I'm pretty sure
yes.
that's covered.
Hey,
But
I'm not happy with my hairline. Me getting new hair is not going to get paid for by
see
my
these
HSA.
wrinkles right here?
Yeah,
Not covered.
Not covered. Yeah. Unless you can find the right doctor, I guess, to say you need it.
to
but
say that it's
good luck
medically
with that,
necessary.
right?
Yeah.
And number 10 came up because we actually had a coworker that used his HSA dollars for this pizza.
Yeah. Coworker out there who's listening right now, the answer is no. You cannot use this for your
No
pizza.
DoorDash, no food, no clothing. Come on, let's get
Even
what
if
it
you
is.
have COVID and you're stuck at home,
Right.
the answer is still no.
No, yeah. I'm sick. I need something to eat. No, it doesn't work there. So those are just some things and some ideas. And we obviously put the pizza in there because it's fun. Put the plastic surgery in there because there's people that would think it could. But, for the most things we've talked about, though, it does cover it, right?
Yeah. And, if you're really wondering, hey, is this thing I'm thinking about covered or not covered? You can go to the irs.gov website and type in health savings account, qualified medical expenses, and you can get the complete list.
That is correct.
So
Very good.
best way to figure it out.
Now, we're going to talk about 5 tips for getting started. That's right. Today's magic number is 5. It's not 3. It's not 8. It's not 10. It is
It's 5.
5. So number 1, Dusty, is?
Okay, so if you are in the market for a health savings account, the biggest piece of advice we can give you is to look for the account with the most value for your need. And some of the things that we would recommend as people who offer HSAs at our institution is look for an account that is free. It costs you no money to have it, that it earns interest for you as you're putting money in, and you can easily access your money through a debit card for you and any authorized users on your account.
Yes. Number 2, start small and build up to the annual maximums. You can find those, like you said, at the irs.gov. Next year, I can tell you the individual amount is $3,600 and a family is $7,200. And they tend to go up every year about $100 or so.
All right. Number 3, use payroll deduction to take advantage of tax benefits and save without having to think about it. And I made this mistake with my former employer. We had a high deductible health plan, but she did not offer a HSA program. So I went and got one on my own. But instead of setting up the direct deposit from my paycheck, I was just adding to that account
on occasion. Yes, what I would recommend you do is you actually go to your human resource department and actually set it up for next year. Now's the time to do it. Do $50 or $75 or $25. Do something.
Yeah.
Because it'll come out and it'll be there when you need it. So if you're not taking advantage of it, I recommend you do.
Okay.
Number 4, this is a common mistake. Don't miss out on free money. Just like retirement accounts, many employers actually offer a contribution or a match. And so many people leave that money on the table because they don't do the match.
Mm-hmm.
Or with our credit union, we have to do a few things throughout the year for them to put the money there, like go get our annual exam. Imagine that they want us to go get our exam so we're healthy. Right. And that's our way of doing preventative maintenance, right? Take advantage of that. If you have an employee that wants to give you money, take advantage. If not,
don't miss out.
Leave your money on the table.
Yeah. Number 5, use this tax advantage vehicle as a long-term retirement strategy. One of the things that is fairly new with health savings accounts is they're now offering investment options with them, meaning you can move some of your money if you have a certain balance into a mutual fund that earns a higher rate of return. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's a little bit of risk there, but in the long term, if you've got time, you're gonna save more money there. And
our financial advisors talk about this as like one of the best kept secrets out there, and that
because it's
trying to get
triple tax benefit.
Triple tax benefit.
Right.
It's going to grow. You're going to earn money. You're not going to have to pay taxes on it ever.
Right. And remember one of those facts we shared at the beginning of the podcast. It's likely you're going to have to use this money to pay for medical expenses when you get older.
$285,000 worth.
So you might as well save the money now, get the tax benefit, and have that money when you're in your retirement years.
So let's recap those 5. Dusty, give us the 5 tips for getting started on our HSA.
Sure. Look for an account with good value. Start small and build up to the annual maximums. Mm-hmm. Use payroll deduction to take advantage of tax benefits.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Don't miss out on your free money and use your HSA as a long-term investment strategy.
Right. Great job. So those of you that haven't used your HSA yet, I'm telling you, you need to get out there and do that. And as a matter of fact, if you have questions about it, like we said, you can go to the irs.gov, or you can actually go to our website, Dusty.
Yeah, fcfcu.com/HSA. And one of the articles on there, it's actually a video. It's the top 3 reasons to maximize your HSA contributions.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, and if you're looking to get an HSA, reach out to us and we'll help you with that.
By the way, ours is free. So, if you're working on your benefit elections for 2021 and looking at the cost of your healthcare insurance and going, wow, this is a lot, and how am I going to cover this plus out of pocket? Now's the time to consider starting your HSA.
Right. I think you said it's sort of looks like Clark Kent. It looks nice and safe, but deep down it's what?
It's a superhero.
It's the superhero of savings.
Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Carpe Dime is presented by Financial Center First Credit Union. It's produced by Jamie Davidson, myself, and Courtney Cooper. Financial Center is a 6-time national award winner in the category of adult financial literacy, and our goal is to help you improve your financial life. To learn more, visit fcfcu.com. And if you like what you hear, what should people do, Jamie?
So, if you like what you heard today, you can subscribe and listen anytime. You can go to iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and the semi-new All Indiana Podcast Network.
Subscribe today.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See ya.